55-gallon drum liner. It's not just for garbage. We can collect the things that we need. We can stuff it full of leaves and debris, and we can use it as a vapor barrier and a mattress, a makeshift mattress. We can use it as a sleeping bag as well if we actually needed to. And again, if you load this up with debris and slide inside, now we have insulation along with a waterproof cover. Something else, if you carry 2 of them, which I do, you can use them as makeshift waders. Very simply, step into it, put one on one leg, one on the other leg, and go about our business. We can use this effectively also as a rain catch. Dig a hole in the ground, place this over the top. Put rocks around it on the outside, and it can catch rain, and then you'll have basically an in-the-ground bucket. Not only can you do that with the 55-gallon drum liner, but you can do it with your tarp as well, as long as it's a waterproof tarp. Another thing that you can do with the 55-gallon drum liner, especially in the wintertime, if you're out and you need to melt snow, you can use the bag to effect that. How? Very simply. Make a depression in the snow. Put your bag over the same way that you would as digging a hole in the ground. The bag is black. It works on a sunny day, guys. It's not going to work on an overcast day. You have a sunny day, you lay the bag over the hole, put the snow in it. Don't put a big clump, just put enough snow to get it started. The bag will absorb the heat from the sun because it's a black bag. And then that way, it'll melt the snow. And then just keep adding a little bit more and a little bit more. And as the water grows, the water will start to warm up too, and it'll make it easier to melt the snow. This way you can employ it if you're out busy collecting things and you don't necessarily need to make a fire right away. Let the sun do the work for you. Don't use your resource in your fire kit until you absolutely need to. Just a little tip. Last but not least, again, the ever-present haversack. You know, small satchel that you're going to take with you, that you can carry your smaller items in, and you can also collect and use it as such. So that's pretty much it as far as the soft-sided containers that are in your kit and some of the things that you can do with them, some of the things outside the box that you may not have been aware of. Let's talk about improvised containers now. Well, so we lose everything. Well, there's one thing that's going to be constant no matter where you go, no matter what you do. People are slobs. Humans are slobs. There's only a certain percentage of what actually take out what they carry in when they make refuse. And of course, improvised container. You know, you're never going to go anywhere without finding some type of refuse. So if you come across a plastic bottle, as long as it really doesn't have too many holes in it, you're pretty good to go, and you can use this for a host of things. Right, obviously it's a big container and we can carry a lot of water in this. What else can we do with this? Well, obviously if we just cut it right here in the center, right, we have a bowl on one side, collection as well, water, dish, bowl. However, on the other side, as long as you have a cap, you're still able to affect another way that you can collect something, hold water, you know, drink from it. However, let's talk about gaining lower chain food resources. Well, if we take this and we cut this here, cut the top off, you put a couple of heavy stones in the bottom, put that end in there, and load this with some bait. We've now created a fish trap. Very simple and very easy to make. And we can catch the smaller fish or brim or whatever. I know what you're saying. But you never found a bottle that big out there. Well, apparently you've never been out and found an old rave site or something else. Albeit, you may not find a bottle that big. You may find smaller bottles. You may find cans, things of that nature. But you use your garbage to your advantage. It's a man-made resource. It's out there. You're going to find it. You can't ever go out without finding some people's garbage. It's just plain simple fact of the matter. So, let's say that you go to a place that has no garbage and you wind up needing a container to carry water for whatever reason. Go get a full roll of duct tape, because now I'm going to show you. Okay, so like I said, you're going to need a full roll of duct tape to do this. And you should carry a full roll of duct tape with you, because having half a roll just may not do the job, and anything thereafter, you know, obviously less is not going to do you justice. You know, you go to the store, you see them in survival supplies, you know, they sell these little rolls and they call it 6 feet of duct tape, you know, for all your repair needs. And that's great, I guess, if you're an ultralight hiker and you only needed to repair certain items. However, we want to create a container, and what we're going to do today is make a duct tape canteen. In the end, what you want is something that's going to carry your water, you know, over extended periods of time, and hopefully is not going to leak out. And what we teach in the school is we like to see a canteen that doesn't drip more than once every 3 seconds. I'm not trying to, you know, tell you that the design that I'm going to have is going to be the greatest and be all, but what I am trying to tell you is give you different tips that are going to help you with it. So, get your duct tape out. And what you're going to want to do is you're definitely going to want to have a plug, because you want to seal your canteen. So you're going to need to cut a stick and then fashion a plug. Your duct tape and obviously your knife. The better the surface is that you're working on, obviously is going to help you. It's a test of patience while you're doing this, and one of the things that you want to keep in mind is you have to keep the tape flat. Okay, if there's any wrinkles in it, you're going to wind up having a leak probably work through that seam, because there's a gap in there and there's probably an airspace in there. So let's get started. So we got a roll of duct tape. Throw that out when we're done. And what I like to do is generally, I like to start off and I'll lay my strips out longer, so that all I have to do is fold it over, and then I'll work on the seams thereafter. Find our end. And again, there's nothing saying that my design is going to be the best. And we'll lay this out. Now, duct tape normally is about 2 inches wide. My suggestion is that you have at least a ½ inch overlap in between the seams. If you're using cheap duct tape, I don't imagine it's going to work out too good. I've seen plenty of people do it. And it hasn't worked out too good for them. If you're worried about your ends down here, you can always trim them up later.